Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today guys, I wanted to talk about the value list, and honestly, the changes that have happened over the, time that I have last put up a value list, obviously, like a value list video. So, we're gonna go to the cat value list. You can now see the page. We have the cat unofficial value list, contributors, Fluffy Daisy is the list owner, sorry, move my screen a little bit, but Fluffy Daisy is the list owner. And 3Dins is the co-owner, main editor. He edits the list the most. This person, I don't know how to say that name, and I don't want to butcher it, is the new designer. Zachary is the value helper, and there's someone coming soon to be the value changer. So basically, this is the new value list. I just wanted to go over. Basically, this has been out for a while now. Values have gotten pretty messed up, so don't always take the ranges. For instance, for very rare items like long shot or R6, because most people aren't even trading them. Even though the demand is high, most people aren't trading them, so you're gonna have a hard time finding these two because they're unobtainable. But there is no indicator on this page showing that it's hard to obtain these two, but it is because most people aren't trading them. That's just what I wanted to talk about there. On this page of course Karambit, we got it way up higher. I think you can sometimes take overpays. Some people want even more than this though. It's become a little bit thing. Some people aren't even trading their Karambits too now. Most of the time, if you offered at the values, people would take it instantly. But it depends on what they offer, because now sometimes people want say Halloween items for Halloween items, because Halloween items can keep raising. Unlike with ops, as you can see on this page, where we have the ops that are still at the same value and have never increased. Their ranges are the same, and they've just never increased. A reason for that, the demand has always been high, because everyone still wants an op, because they haven't ever gotten a nerf. If they got a nerf, I think some of their demand may go down a little bit. Another thing about there's a ton of stuff Reaper is inflated immensely. On our last one, it was so much more lower. It was in the tens. It wasn't even in the hundreds. You can get 250,000 for a Reaper now, and people are trying to get 250,000. That's 2 Op Neos, dude. And before, it wasn't even worth 1 Op Neo. Values have just gotten very inflated recently. And Scream, 725,000. Still very inflated, as you can see on this list. All the shop items pretty much stay the same. There's no change because they actually have gem amounts that you pay. We have Piano Breaker. It's also increased heavily. It's at 500,000, 550,000 max, and it's currently rising. These rising things are not as accurate as they used to be, just because of the less, they don't update the list as much as they used to currently. Currently, they don't update it as much, but, they used to update it a lot more. This list will be down in the description below. As you can see, Skylark also very heavily inflated. This wasn't this much before, but now it is. It's kind of crazy how much it inflated. But, yeah, I mean, they do update these lists, because I remember this being just enough for Op Neo. And now you can, of course, see it's raised. It's raised a lot, and there's a lot more demand for it. But in a huge sense, you have to find people who will actually take these items for them, for whatever you're offering. So say you're offering a Karambit. You may not want all these, say, high value items just because you don't want them. You're trying to upgrade to, say, a long shot or something, but you're having a hard time finding them. That's because usually these lists are kind of inaccurate, because R6 is a little bit less than long. I would say it's less. Their range shows it being higher. It can get higher overpays is what they're showing, but in turn, long gets R6 and ads most of the time, and almost always gets R6 and ads. And if you see here, it's only 250 more, but there's been trades recently with people, I've only seen one personally, but there was one where it was R6 and Karambit for a long shot. So, I can say that I don't think these ranges are completely up to date, just because of, as you can see, Karambit being 1.5 max, and then this being 3.9, and this being 3.6. So both of these still would be even higher than this, dude. Even higher than this. even with just Karambit, it would still be at its lowest. It would still be higher than this little range here, as you can see. Because like 5 plus 8 or whatever equals like 6. So maybe it'd be slightly lower. But like still, it'd be close. Usually in these ranges, if you get Karambit and R6 for long, it would probably be more than what it's saying it's worth. So don't always pay attention to these values for the rare items. For smalls and stuff, for all these are just normal default values. These don't really change. Banana changes, as you can see, it's high demand, and you can see its range has gotten a lot bigger and has become a lot more inflated. A thing people could do to fix values would be to equalize them down at an equal rate, where they're turning them like pushing the values down. So like say ops like only like 100,000, and then say this op is actually 80,000, but like ops are like, this one would be like say 100,000 and this would be like 90,000. Like you could kind of like make these a little bit less values, and you wouldn't have to worry about all the inflation and stuff and all the big numbers, because like this is a lot of big numbers, bro. 1.5 mil for a Karambit, bro, that sounds insane. That sounds like it's way too much in my opinion. But like, I have Karambit and I like it. There's really nothing wrong with Karambit. It's a really sick knife, and honestly, yeah, it's pretty much worth what like people pay for it. Like I gave good for it, and I thought it was pretty decent, dude. But that was before it even raised. Like it really depends on what people are willing to take for their items and everything. And that, yeah, since personally I think the value list can be a little bit more fixed, but like personally, try and go off of these values, but like not for like these higher range items. The ranges, if they have a bigger range, it's a less likely for them to be completely accurate, just because of the range being a lot higher. And then these ranges are cool, but like it's insane how much Reaper is raised. I kind of don't understand. Some of the values just go up for no apparent reason, and people can also just inflate them themselves, which I think is kind of bad. I personally think long should be a little bit more raised, but that's personally just because I have a lot more of them. But it's also just because of R6 should not be higher in range than long. But that is my opinion. You can write your opinion down in the comment section below. I love this chart. It's a good chart. Thanks to Fluffy, Dins, Kanamoro, Moru, Zachary, and more for like helping to the trading community. It's really cool that we all have a list and everything. As you can see, there's a lot of people on this list right now. So a lot of people are using this list right now. 45 people plus. So like, how many people plus? 49 total viewers, but like that's a lot of people, dude, using this list. So this is the most used list right now. Personally, I think list values could be a little bit more fixed. I think they're a little bit inaccurate now, not as accurate as they used to be, but I think we all could improve on that. And I think trading as a whole has kind of like died down a little bit, because I haven't traded that much, just because, you know, there's not as many good trades out there, and I like to do good trades for my items. But yeah, tell me what you guys think down below in the comment sections, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys, see you all next time.